Hi everyone from the Norwegian Aqua on our last day aboard. It's transatlantic sailing from London, Southampton to New York. Stay tuned for a few pros and cons, which are really quick snippets about our sailing on this ship that we would like to share. Welcome back to KirkToriStory. We just spent 10 days on the Norwegian Aqua and wanted to share some observations that we had, which are broken down into pros and cons so that you can be better informed for your trip. Please keep in mind that we will have a full review of the ship later on, but these are just quick tips for you guys.
So we're in a balcony stateroom on the Norwegian Aqua 11804.
And for that, we have a link for you posted in the description so that you can see the whole cabin for yourself.
One of the first things we like about this cruise is the balcony size. It's really deep compared to other ships we've been on. And when you sit in their comfy chairs, you could actually see out the glass balcony and not onto the railing itself.
Yes, that's a really good thing. But what I didn't necessarily like, though, was when you were sitting on the balcony, that all the voices from below kept coming up. So everybody's down on the promenade, so you can hear them in your stateroom.
Another great thing that we thought was a pro was the entertainment.
Yes, the entertainment is something great to look forward to, such as the shows in the main theater, like the Prince show, it was called Revolution, and the Fleetwood Mac show, Rumors, then the Element show, and the guest entertainment.
They also have great smaller shows, for example, in the Sid's Poorhouse that everyone wants to go to. The quality of the music and shows were great.
Yes. The downside to the entertainment, though, is that the venues for the amount of people on the ship is really too small and even sort of uncomfortable. For each of the main shows, we stood outside of the venues a minimum of 45 minutes ahead. And for the Elements show, we were actually in line at 6:04 p.m. for a 7:30 show, and we still almost didn't get a seat as people literally ran in and practically trampled one another to get a seat when the doors opened.
Yes, it was crazy. I know they do have a reservation app, but on this sailing, they chose to not do that.
Correct.
But also, along the entertainment, even the daily activities were really hard to participate in.
Yes, you're right. For example, they had progressive trivia, which we normally play all of the time and on every ship, but we didn't even participate on this ship as there were not even enough seats, and people were playing by sitting on the floor. Well, as you guys know, I do have a back issue, and I do my best not to put myself into any uncomfortable seating. So we opted not to play at all.
There was another game, a murder mystery game that we had played. And even though we got there an hour early to be able to play with some friends, we didn't get a package as I don't think they made enough and people were just grabbing them. So we ended up not getting a package. So we had to kind of split up our team and go and join whoever had a package to play.
That's right. We were forced to disband our team to join other groups who, like Kirk said, muscled their way to the front of the line to get the packages first when they were available.
Okay, so let's talk about the restaurants.
Yes, there were a lot of places to go and eat on the ship. There's the Indulge food hall.
The local.
Yep, and they also had the main dining room.
And Surfside Cafe.
We really did like the Indulge food hall. They gave you options to order food from all kinds of venues on the one app that they had. And I think it was really efficient overall.
Very efficient. As soon as you ordered, the food practically came within minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But it was very crowded in the buffet. And even while seated, you would actually have people walking to you while you're at the table as the space in between the tables and the buffet area was very tight.
Yes, I remember that one man who literally walked into you as you were eating. There's just like no room. And also, if you're a vegan, you really have to advocate for yourself, as there are very minimal choices of food that would sustain you or provide you with many options on where or what to eat when you're on the ship.
So, another observation is the pools and hot tubs.
Right. They do have beautiful pools and hot tubs around the ship. They have some really great concepts that made the ship look great.
So, unless you are in the Haven or the Vibe Beach Club, or if you buy a pass to go to the thermal spa, you don't have many choices.
Right. The common areas on the ship are very few and far between. And they're also super limited in terms of how many people they can accommodate in each of these pools at once. In fact, we never even went to the pool or the hot tub on the ship, as it was always full when the weather was good.
So, I have a question. Are we on an inaugural sailing or a maiden voyage or what?
Yes, we were very excited to be one of the very first paying passengers on a brand new ship.
The actual official christening of this ship is going to be in April 2025 after all 5 maiden voyages in this series is completed.
So Kirk and I planned a few ships in a row just to be able to get to the ship. So we wanted to experience the newest and the best Norwegian cruise ships have and share it with you, our fellow YouTube followers. We wanted to share everything that we could so that you could plan your next cruise on the Norwegian Aqua in confidence.
And don't forget to mention about your videos and playlists that we have made about this brand new Norwegian Aqua.
Yes, don't forget to watch those videos. Anyway, we thought we were on an inaugural cruise, and we were the first batch of paying customers, but really it was their third maiden voyage, so the third sailing. So we were excited to be the first on the ship, but instead we got a cabin that wasn't totally clean. We had a hair in the sink and hair in the garbage can and a dirty Coke stained desk chair, which was a little surprising, which when we thought we were on the inaugural sailing, but I guess it's a little confusing.
However, we did get a certificate saying that we were on an inaugural sailing.
Right. But there was no celebration or mention of it being inaugural during the whole cruise. So I think there should have been some kind of party or a celebration or at least a glass of champagne one of the nights to celebrate this brand new ship. But there was nothing. So it was really no different than any other transatlantic cruise that we've been on.
So, for a transatlantic cruise, we could have had more fun things to do or have more double ups of shows.
Exactly. Because you could have been looking for something to do. Like you could be looking forward to do one thing and it's only available once. And if you couldn't get into the venue or if you chose to do something else, then you would never get to experience all of the things that you wanted to do in the first place. So one suggestion is that I think they should have doubled up everything, especially on a transatlantic.
Well, there you have it. Our quick list of pros and cons from our observations from being on the first paying customers on this brand new Norwegian Aqua.
We will be putting out a proper review, so please don't forget to like and subscribe so that you don't miss out on all of the information about this amazing brand new ship. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.